Hello, my beautiful people. Okay, wanted to jump on here, say a few things. Okay, so before we get started, I put in there this is about house hunting because, of course, I have thoughts on my mind regarding this house hunting search. And this is why people I will never run out of material because I just always have, if I don't have, I always seem to have something new to say about something I've done before. And anyway, okay. So to speed up the story, so we haven't been seriously look house hunting for years. We've actually been in our current house the past 7 years. It wasn't exactly the dream home, but we knew that we wanted property and it has an acre and we don't have any farm animals or anything. We just keep talking and thinking about it. And it's a nice city meets country setting, right? It's not the ideal, the neighborhood, all these different things that you look at when you're looking at homes. This is what I found over the years, kind of like a person, even though maybe some of you haven't heard me talk yet about the whole dating thing. I didn't date a whole lot of people, but I definitely knew what I wanted. And so when you're out there looking though at these homes and you're kind of like, well, I like the outside, but I don't like the inside. I got to fix it. Or I like the inside, but I don't like the outside. Like there's always kind of something, and I can always bring it back, these situations, to like relationship stuff. So that cracks my shit up, including maintaining including maintaining up the house. And it's the same thing with the car, right? Like maintaining, not liking something about it, blah blah blah. Never, things aren't going to be perfect. So we haven't been seriously been looking, but we did know at some point, right? We wanted this certain thing. Mostly it was location. We wanted land to be able to shoot and four-wheel in the back and all that sort of stuff. And it'd be great, right, if it was like by the water or something. If it had a shop, or we could put a shop next door garage and or separate dwelling place, whether it was going to be for our daughter or for me, because I love that, the whole separate house idea, even if it's down the ways, right? Because this house we looked at today is 22 acres, and the price point was, yeah, is like manageable. So we're like, okay, what's going on here? So um, even if my other home was 22 acres away, that's all cool, right? I can ride the four-wheeler back in. It's fucking kick-ass. So this place has all of that. It also has a dock for where you can put a boat. So the reason, aside from bringing up, like I said, all of those things when you're shopping and deciding, and not only that for yourself, I mean, you're up against other bids and stuff, right? But part of my thinking, what you think about, you bring about, you got to get clear, okay? And I feel like we, and my daughter and I, were being negative about, basically it's a clean slate, but the place is small. And so basically the whole thing in some ways needs to be redone, even aesthetically, to enjoy it. I mean, I'm fine, whatever. Throw a mattress on the floor in some places, right? Whatever. Like I'm fine with that at times. I'm not saying for the rest of my life, but I'm saying living out of one or two rooms, like I'm cool with it, and I don't need to have a big mansion compound situation. While the idea sounds nice, but again, the cleaning and the managing and everything, right? So that's my whole take on that. So basically, it has a lot of benefits to it, but mostly the biggest benefit is the scenery. To open your back door and see this kick-ass, like in between two vineyards, and you're staring out at the country and this beautifulness. Like, I can only imagine the sunset. So I'm not, I want to be positive, because that's all that it takes. It's just going to take some money to fix it up, right? And it's not really anything that crazy or gnarly. And it's out in the country, and we have a good reception and whatever too. So that's surprising. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Is the house hunting thing is like, whether you want to compare it to a relationship or not, I just think that it's funny. But thinking that you're going to, unless you build something, you are going to have to compromise on some sort of level. And it meets my needs in the ways that are really important, especially with all the light. There's tons of windows. I do like the floor plan. but certain things, walls are going to need to be cut out, or whatever you want to say. So that is exciting. That's definitely exciting in a next stage of life, to be enjoying this, especially earlier on. I really didn't think I'd want to be out there so much in the country, maybe until I was like in my 60s. And the neighbors are not very far at all. Just to be knowing, somebody is like less than miles away. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to jump on here and tell you guys, so since I don't know, I think when you're subscribed, it'll tell you, Rock Your Life posted. But in case you didn't, over here, this is going to be on my dailies list. And sometimes I will do previews, right, as you know, of upcoming shows. Well, today I'm going to tell you that I posted it's called Being Influenced by Outside Noise, question mark. And it's on the playlist called Finding Your Truth in American Pop Culture. Okay, so the videos are over there, and I'm really happy, of course, always to get these shows up, especially that kind of showcase kind of like my specialty areas of the coaching and intentional thought formula, prayers, whatever you want to call it over there, which I focus specifically on the last part. It's part 2.5 on forgiveness of self, and explaining why that's so essential in part the healing journey of life specific to this issue. Okay, and if you haven't listened to it again, if you haven't listened to me already preview this topic, this show was inspired by my acquaintance / friend. She's become a friend of mine, Melissa. Her beautiful love story that abruptly ended after 3 months when she dated a firefighter paramedic in her 20s, and she never got closure on it. So speed it up now to 20 years later. He came back and explained, basically, I don't know how much he explained, maybe everything to her. He wrote a book. I hope to read and get a hold of it soon so I can find out exactly all the details. And basically, the reason for it, what she told me, is because of his mom and listening to his mom. So it basically, either ended up, because you can also actually develop mental illness as an adult. I know this to be my truth from my mom, but I don't know if it was developed or later on something happened. She either was institutionalized or something happened to her mental illness. And so illness related. And so I thought this is a perfect opportunity to basically give an example of what happens when you are so much influenced by this outside noise of the world, and it affects your ability to trust your intuition and your heart. And it did affect his future, even though he ended up meeting somebody else, and his wife knows about the book, and I don't know any of the other details, but the point of the story is following your heart, and always trusting yourself and your feelings, and also be cautious and use discernment who you talk to talk to other people, who you talk to about your relationships. Okay, so that is up over there. Okay, so Finding Your Truth playlist, and it's all the way at the bottom. And again, I'm going to say before all of my shows is that take what resonates with you, leave the rest, right? Dismiss the rest. And I also do know, a side note, that I do trigger a lot. I know I trigger people, and I hope that you can see it as a blessing, because it is, and looking at it more as a reason to go inside and ask questions, not to get offended, or triggering will cause you to maybe, kind of get mad at me. But once you sit on it and really look at yourself, which I know a lot of us don't like to do. I don't know. I was always looking at myself, and looking for solutions. So I didn't really, I know I would get butt hurt over things, but once I actually gave time to sit on it, and I knew that the person, whoever was sharing the information, had good intentions, and they weren't trying to, what's the word, make me defensive. Like, they're just like how I am sharing. I'm just sharing information and kind of showing to us our mirror images of each other when you take a look, so that we can heal. Okay. And the benefits of healing, because I never even knew what the hell that whole thing was. Okay, so I'll talk to you in the next video, and I'm also asking people to like my videos, so at least that I know either one, you're appreciating them and would like me to do more, um, or they provided value to you. Either way, right? Okay, so I'll see you in next video. Bye.